New Year's Eve has become a pretty rowdy night here in Berlin over the last years, but after dozens of police and firefighters were injured in deliberate and planned attacks involving fireworks, there's now increasing debate about who is to blame. The city's mayor is calling for a summit on how to deal with youth violence, but the German Interior Minister has suggested that failures in integration of migrants could be responsible.
Riot-like scenes in the heart of Berlin. The ushering in of the new year escalated into street violence in many cities across Germany. As usual, Berlin was one of the main hotspots, but the intensity of this year's violence was described by police as far worse than in previous years. Police officers were among those attacked during the night, along with firefighters and other members of the emergency services. One firefighter had to be hospitalized. Many others were injured. In Berlin, 145 were arrested in connection with the riots. Of those detained, 45 have German citizenship. And that's turned the debate from a potential ban on pyrotechnics into one about migration and integration. In a tweet, Germany's Interior Minister Nancy Faeser said, "We have a problem in major German cities with some young men with an immigrant background who despise our state, commit acts of violence, and it's very difficult to reach them with education and integration programs." The statement is at odds with an otherwise cautious approach by the German government.
The core of the debate about what happened on New Year's Eve, it's not about the so-called immigration background or the demand for a ban on firecrackers. What it's about is much more fundamental. This is about an attack on the rule of law.
Other members of the governing coalition have warned against jumping to conclusions. We've never seen a phenomenon like this before, at least not to this extent. And so, of course, I have a problem with a response like this. It's hardly a just description to only discuss people of an immigrant background attacking emergency workers. Residents of Berlin's Neukölln district are not surprised that the violence flared up in their neighborhood. This part of Berlin is the worst, in these high-rise buildings. I'm speechless. It's the same every year. They burn trash cans, set cars on fire, or smash bus stops.
Some do it because they hate the police, some because they think it's fun. Most are angry because of COVID. For some people, it's in their nature. I'm not into it because it's a waste of money, but those who want to use fireworks, let them. My friends are into it. And it's nice to let the hit the fan now and again. It's kind of normal for Berlin.
Berlin's mayor, Franziska Giffey, has called a summit against youth violence. It's a first attempt to find a solution to a recurring problem.